Every day we report on what politicians have to say about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. But have you ever wondered what people on the street have to say? Now there's a way to find out. The Ask Project is on a mission to share the viewpoints and feelings of locals in the region. Check it out.
بتقدر تحكي قدام الكاميرا إنه أنا بديل الفلسطينية اللي بقتلوا إسرائيليين أبرياء.
لا.
No.
Why? إنه إحنا أصحاب هاي الأرض.
We are the owners of the land.
إحنا أصحاب هاي الأرض. هم اللي أجوا عندنا مش إحنا اللي أجينا عندنا.
They came to our land, not we came to.
Can she look at the camera and say, I condemn? I did this to Israelis who couldn't do it. I condemn. Can she do it?
تقدر تدينا قدام الكاميرا ولا لا؟ I don't know.
No?
أنا ما بدين الفلسطينيين وما بطلع عن الفلسطينيين لأن إحنا أصحاب الحق وهدوك الإسرائيليين هم المحتلين عنا وإحنا أصحاب قضية وإحنا هاي أرضنا وهاي بلدنا وهاي عقيدتنا وهاي.
I don't condemn Palestinians because we have the right in this land, and they are the one who are occupying it.
So even to kill women and old people?
حتى لو الفلسطينيين قتلوا نساء وشيوخ.
الفلسطينيين ما بيقتلوا شيوخ ونساء هيك بدون ولا شيء. هذا الشيء اللي بيقتلوا النساء اللي هم اليهود اللي بيقتلوا النساء وكل شيء واضح الكل بيشوف هذا الشيء.
The Israelis do that.
Corey Gil-Shuster joins us from the Ask Project. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So what is the Ask Project? Tell us about this.
The Ask Project, the idea behind it is to find out what people, the regular people, Israelis and Palestinians, actually think about issues that have to do usually with the conflict or the culture. So people send me in questions from all over the world. I choose the questions, and then I go out to the street and I ask average people, random people completely, to answer the questions themselves.
How did you come up with the idea for this? How did you get started? That's the big question here.
I got tired of being one of those internet warriors, you know, not necessarily on behalf of Israel, but just trying to show what the truth of what at least Israelis think, because Palestinians I didn't know as well. And I found that most people outside of Israel have this very strange view or skewed view because they listen to propaganda mostly. And I wanted to show them what the truth is because I come from a conflict resolution background, and you can't solve a conflict unless you actually know what it's about.
So let's talk a little bit about the questions. Where do you get these questions from? You said people send them in, correct?
Yeah, I have an email address. People write me on Facebook any way that they can, and they send them in from all over the world. I get them from the Arab world, Muslim worlds, Western worlds, Israel, everywhere.
How do you make the selection?
I kind of scan through them based on what I think is interesting. When I see that there are a lot of people asking a very similar question, then I'll try to focus on that as well.
Right, right. So what has the response been like so far? You know, people who are watching your videos, do they feel that they're getting a different perspective of this region?
Okay, this might be just my perception. A lot of people who already have a very a difficult view of Israel or Palestinians in some way, I don't think it changes their mind. What I do get is a lot of emails from around the world, from the Arab world, from the Jewish world, people who were a little more on the fence, people who had a feeling that they were being manipulated in some way, and they generally thank me for showing them something else, something that's different and feels more real.
Absolutely. So you have a full-time job, but you do this on the side, and you do it around the country, right? This isn't only in Tel Aviv.
That's right. That's right. I try to get everywhere I can, you know, depending on how much money I have, because this is totally self-funded. I do have
that was my next question for you.
I do have a GoFundMe site, so anyone who wants to donate, please do, because it allows me to go further. And I go to the West Bank at least once a month to ask these questions.
This is so interesting. You know, I actually used to watch these videos, and I've wanted to go out there and do that myself. And, you know, in your opinion, what has surprised you the most about the answers that you've gotten from both Palestinians and Israelis?
Well, each group is different. For me, this is my perception, and each person sees different things in the videos that they watch. I was surprised at the level of hate and anger on the Palestinian side. That really did surprise me. I could understand why they're angry, but the level, the intensity of the hate really surprised me. On the Israeli side, I think it's the apathy that surprises me more. I obviously knew more about Israeli society. I've lived here for 20-something years, so that it's nothing people say is a complete shock. But there is an apathy about the conflict in general, just not really caring. Okay, so it happens. I would say that probably surprised me most of all.
Do you ever feel in danger from doing this work?
In Israel, no, not at all. In Palestinian areas, yeah, sometimes. We've only really been, actually most people are very nice and they're very, I'm Canadian, so I tell people I'm Canadian. It's just easier for me in the translator.
This is the transition, yeah.
Yeah. There are a few people who have threatened us for various reasons along the way. So yeah, of course, it's intimidating. I don't know what'll happen. I could be seen as some sort of threat to them, which I'm not. I'm really just there asking questions, but potentially, yes, I do feel a little bit threatened sometimes.
So the final question is, how long will this go on? Are you going to continue doing this?
Yeah, I'll just keep doing this, as long as there are questions, as long as I have a passion to go out there and know, because really that's what it's about. I really want to know what people think about various issues, so I'll keep doing it.
Well, you're doing a great job, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks so much.